Hi guys, how are you doing? Hoping you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? So guys, what does Sweden's new limit on public events actually imply? So I just want to give a small clarification of what exactly is that. So like I said in my previous video, Sweden ban on public events of more than 8 people, and this will start from November 24 and last for 4 weeks. So how is the ban? What is exactly, or how strict is this ban? So unlike other Sweden's coronavirus measure, this is a law change and this is not a recommendation. So it forms part of the Public Order Act. So what it implies is that the Swedish police will be able to cancel or end public events that are in violation of the public ban. So organizers of public events can be fined or receive a prison sentence for a maximum of 6 months. Okay, so guys, what does this public event imply? The ban applies to events that actually require an application or a permit from the Swedish police. These are public gatherings and events that are aimed to the general public. So let me give some examples of these public events. These are events like demonstrations, concerts, lectures, sports events, and theater performances. So the Prime Minister, like he said, he was very clear that the limit of 8 people should also set a norm for private gatherings too, and he is urging people to cancel dinners, parties. He said, don't go to parties, don't go to library, don't go to gym. So, and which gatherings are not covered by this new act? Private events such as parties or corporate events, that is events not open to the public, are not formally included in the regulation. So this category includes swimming platforms, swimming pools, libraries, restaurants, public transport, shopping centers, gyms. But some Swedish regions now have a recommendation in place which asks everyone to stay away from close contact with people they don't live with and non-essential indoor visits. Okay, so that is it, guys. So guys, let me now state that why is it like the private gatherings are not covered by the law change? Why is it that these private gatherings are not covered by the new law change? This is partly down to Sweden's constitution, which does not allow for limits on the number of people who meet privately. Okay, so guys, this partly down to Sweden constitution, which in its current form does not allow for limits on the number of people who meet privately. So guys, let me talk more about restaurants and bars. These are not covered by the new limit of 8. So actually restaurants are allowed to have more than 8 people in total, but remember, from the beginning of November, restaurants and bars are covered by separate rules, which means no more than 8 people may be seated at one table. So 8 people cannot sit at the one table, but the restaurants can have more than 8 people. So, and restaurants and bars should also ensure a 1.5 meter distance between tables and offer table service only. So guys, restaurant will however effectively not be allowed to organize music, you know, because if they put music, it means that they will now fall under the ban on public events of more than 8 people. So guys, remember that I haven't covered this yet, but Sweden government has also proposed a ban on serving alcohol at cafes and pubs after 10, and this ban is intended to take effect on November 20 and will be in place till end of February 2021. So guys, yes, that's what is happening. Let me now talk more about Christmas. So Christmas celebration, you know that this is not yet clear. The current law, you know, is set for 4 weeks, which means if it's starting November 24, it would expire on December 23, 2020. So the Interior Minister Michael Damberg was clear that if the coronavirus situation required it, the law could remain in place longer. And the Public Health Agency head Johan Carlson said the agency would make its Christmas recommendation public in early December. So this is what the head of a public health agency, Johan Carlson, said, "We are going into a new season, the season for winter, tourism and travel, visit to friends and family over Christmas, school holidays and so on. We intend to come out with new recommendations ahead of Christmas in good time and give a clear picture. On one hand, we want to do this early. On the other hand, we want to leave it long enough that the restrictions are appropriate at the time," said. That is what he said. So guys, that's the general clarification of this public gathering act, the new act. This is what it's all about. I hope I'm able to explain more about that, and if you have any questions, you can always go to Chris Information och Folkmyndigheten and you can read more about what is going on right now. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I see you in my next video. Bye bye.